welcome back to my channel. Today I am 14 weeks pregnant, so I'm just going to be updating you on all the symptoms and everything all over again. I feel like I was just doing these videos. But before I start, Aaron is crying. He's trying to go to sleep, so sorry if you hear him in the background. Okay, so the first thing is also, sorry, there's no hair or makeup done or anything. We're going on vacation Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then a bit of Monday. So a 3-day vacation, just Patrick and I, which I'm so excited about. So I've been like trying to get the house ready and things done for the boys and all that, and just don't have time for myself right now. But yeah, I'm actually really excited to go on a little vacation. It's my first time leaving Aaron overnight, so they're gonna be staying with my parents, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm just nervous. Like, I feel like I'm gonna miss him so bad. But anyways, okay, so like I said, I am 14 and a half weeks along, and I'm gonna start with my weight. That always seems to be what people are most interested in. So I lost 9 pounds so far this pregnancy. So my start weight was 129 and I'm down to 120. After my last pregnancy, I was around 117 after I gave birth and all that, and that's where I like to be in terms of weight. I did put on 10 pounds. It's kind of a long story, but basically the gist of it is that I started eating vegan because I thought that it would be helping me lose weight and be healthier and all that. And what I didn't realize is how much nuts they put in everything. Everything was with cashew butter, or, you know, like, or what do you call it? Processed cashews. Everything, like the base of everything was cashews. So I was eating a ton of nuts, which everybody knows how extremely fattening that is. And I sort of put, no matter how much I was working out insane amounts, like I was doing like hardcore workouts every day and all that, but I was getting toned and like lots of muscle, but I wasn't actually losing weight. And I was like, what is going on? And so basically I had gained 10 pounds or more from just eating constantly eating nuts. So I stopped eating the nuts, and now I sub for other things. It's a long story. If you guys are interested in how I eat now, I'll let you know. I'll do another video. But basically I stopped eating nuts and I've lost some weight, and yeah, so I'm doing good. So I'm down to 120 now, so that's my weight. Basically, I haven't lost as much this pregnancy as I normally do, just because I haven't been as sick. So I've been nauseous, don't get me wrong, constant nausea, but I haven't been vomiting as much. I think I've vomited a total of like 10 times this pregnancy so far, which is so small compared to my other pregnancies where I'd be vomiting 5 to 10 times a day. So I can't complain. I am nauseous a lot, but it's not bad because I'm not actually puking. So hence the reason why my weight loss isn't as dramatic as it normally is. Usually it's around 17 pounds in my pregnancy in the beginning. So it's not too bad. So yeah, so that's nausea. My nausea has definitely declined around week 12 a lot, so that was good. Another symptom this pregnancy that I have that's been really bad is extreme dizziness, like to the point where I will get off the couch or I'll walk up the stairs and I'm grabbing onto things because I'm gonna collapse. Like extreme dizziness. I've talked to the midwives. They are not sure why I'm experiencing this. My blood data is all really good. My hemoglobin levels and all that are really good, so they're not sure why. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but that's basically, it's been annoying for sure. One thing that happened was I actually went for blood work a couple weeks ago. Right after the blood work, I was walking out of the room. I was still in the clinic, in the office. I was walking out of like the lab room where they took my blood, and I collapsed and I fainted, and I've never fainted in my life. So I didn't know what to expect, but I was like passed out and I started sweating and I was like, had chills at the same time. I felt nauseous. It was like the whole nine. If whoever's fainted, you guys know what it's like. The ladies were so nice about it, but yeah, it was just really weird because I've never fainted before. So that was kind of different. But yeah, another symptom that I have is constant headaches. This is consistent with all my pregnancies. I always have extreme headaches. Like if I talk, like just right now, the headaches are so bad. I can't tell you like how bad they are. So that's been really annoying. I've also been having contractions, which is really weird. I've had contractions for about 5 weeks now. I haven't told the midwives yet, but they are actually pretty painful, and I know what contractions are. It's my 3rd kid, so I know that it's not a contraction, not something else. But it's really weird to be feeling them this early, so I'm a little bit nervous because a friend of mine had early contractions and it ended up being like an actual serious thing with the placenta. So I'm kind of worried about that, but I'll be having an appointment in a couple weeks with the midwives, so I'm gonna bring it up then. I also just been having a lot of cramping in general, which I know was normal through pregnancy, but just thought I'd throw it in there. And obviously I have been having no energy. That is just normal with pregnancy. Every woman has that, but my energy levels have been so low, which has been rough trying to take care of 2 boys, plus keep up a house and all that. So that's a little bit annoying, but yeah, my energy levels, like I just want to sit on the couch and do nothing. So working out has been a little bit of a challenge. I have been working out nowhere near as much as I used to because I don't have the energy for it right now, but once my energy picks up, I will for sure continue on working out like I used to. So I do work out. I'm still using weights and all that. I haven't like eliminated weights or anything. I haven't done any adjustments to this during this pregnancy because I've been working out for 2 years straight. I got the okay to just continue working out the way I used to. Another thing is I can't sleep, which I know is again common, but I've been so tired, but I can't sleep. I'm restless all night. I'm just tossing and turning and I cannot find a comfortable position. And my belly's not even that big yet, but everything is just uncomfortable. Everything hurts. So I've been pretty sleep deprived. In terms of cravings, I am craving fruit and veggies, which is weird this time around because my other pregnancies I've been craving like junk food and chips and stuff. This time, all I want is fruit and veggies. I ate a whole bag of carrots last night while watching TV. I just want my fruits and veggies and I can't get enough. So I guess that's a good thing. So I'm still eating very healthy and all that. And this pregnancy I find is like really different than my other two in terms of like nausea and how I'm feeling. And I'm kind of hoping that means it's a girl. I don't know. The last thing I want to touch on before I show you guys the belly is depression. So I talked about this in my pregnancy announcement. I don't want to make this video extremely long, so I don't want to get into too much detail. If you guys really want me to do you know, a video strictly on depression during pregnancy, if some of you haven't been experiencing it, I'm more than happy to do that and share my entire experience and what really helped me to get over it. But in terms of this video, I just want to talk about what I've been experiencing. So my camera battery is about to die too, so I'm going to try and rush this. But basically, the day I found out I was pregnant was the day I saw the positive on the pregnancy stick was the day I went into severe depression and had several panic attacks. And I've had several panic attacks since. Oh, look, the lighting just changed. So basically, I didn't want any more kids right now. We wanted more in the future, just not now because I just had a baby. Like my child's 7 months old. I got pregnant 3 months late, 3.5 months later. That's really soon. And I never thought that would happen to me. We didn't plan on it. I don't know how it was possible, but it happened. And basically here we are. So I knew if I had a child that soon I would get depressed, especially because I started just getting my energy back and just getting into the groove of my fitness and everything all over again. And I wasn't ready to just stop it just like that. But anyways, that's what really put me into depression. It put me into pretty severe depression. I never had thoughts of, you know, harming myself or the children. However, I did have thoughts like I didn't want to live anymore. I got to the point where I was just so tired and so fed up with everything that I would just sit there and tell my husband, like, do not leave me alone because I do not want to live. Like, I really don't. Like, I did not want to be alone at this point because I had these feelings where I just didn't care to survive anymore. I wouldn't drink water. I wouldn't eat. That's partially why I did lose a lot of weight in the beginning. I hardly threw up, so it wasn't from, you know, throwing up that I lost the weight. A lot of the weight was to do with me stop eating nuts, like eating a lot of nuts, but a lot of it had to do with just not feeding myself because I was so depressed. I didn't care anymore. At this point, I was like, you know, I always used to make sure I drink 8 glasses of water a day because I know my body needs that. And then also just overnight I stopped. I was like, I don't care if I need water, I'm not drinking. I don't care about myself anymore. I stopped doing my hair, I stopped doing my makeup, I stopped dressing in nice clothes. I didn't want to leave the house. I didn't want to go shopping. I didn't want to see friends. I didn't want to text anybody. Basically everything that comes with depression. It got pretty bad and I didn't want to be alone anymore. I wanted my husband to be there because I didn't know what would happen. I didn't know if I would end up fainting from not eating. I needed somebody to watch me and make sure I'm eating. So I didn't really tell anybody about my depression until pretty far in the pregnancy. I told my mom and my sister, but mostly my mom about it. And she kept telling me I have to have like positive, you know, ideas and think positive. Sorry, my camera battery died, so I had to switch cameras to get this video done. So I ended up telling my mom everything that I was feeling, all the negatives, everything that basically I was going through. And the biggest things that I was going through, I was telling her I don't feel like I love this baby, which I know sounds horrible coming from a mother. And I'm at a different place now for sure. My depression isn't as severe, which I will get into in a minute. But at the time, I was like, I don't want this baby. I don't feel like I love this baby. I don't want to talk to this baby. I don't want to be pregnant. It was just so many stuff. And then I kept like focusing on negative things like, How am I going to handle having 3 kids? How am I going to have any time for myself anymore? How am I going to be able to go shopping with 3 kids because 3 kids don't fit in my buggy? Or how am I going to do grocery shopping when only 2 kids can fit in the buggy? Just things like that. I was thinking about everything. I was like, we're going to have to buy a bigger car now. We're going to have to buy a bigger house now. Like, just everything was just starting overwhelming me. I didn't know how to control it. I did not know how to make it better. Every day I did try to get over my depression and I just couldn't. I kept getting worse and worse every day. I was crying, I would say about 80% of the day, bawling my eyes out. It was terrifying, the boys. John, whenever he sees me cry, he gets so stressed. And he was having such a hard time. He kept crying every day because I was crying. He'd hug me, try to make me feel better. He didn't know what was going on. It would get to the point where I'd be out in public and I would just start crying and I'd have to go back into the car because I was like, I don't want people seeing me crying for no reason. Or I'd have to pull over while I was driving because I was crying so much I couldn't focus on the road. I was just really, really depressed. So it was pretty bad for a while. And anyways, my mom kept telling me, you know, you have to have positive thoughts. And even though I was trying to think positive, I just couldn't get over it. And I was like, I'm never going to get over this. So I ended up looking into therapy and medication, which I didn't actually end up going through with. But I did look at them as options. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to give myself more time and just try to get through it. So what I really did to start getting through it, there's so many more details to the story. And like I said, I don't want to make this video long, so I don't want to go into all of it. So I'm just going to kind of, that's the oven going off. Sorry, I have brownies in the oven. But yeah, I don't want to get into too much detail. I want to make this video as quick as possible, but give you enough info. So basically what happened was how I started getting over it. I got over it on my own. And what I would do is every morning I started waking up. Well, the first important thing and the way I got over it was actually from friends and family. So I was so depressed, I didn't want to tell anybody about my pregnancy, and it might not make sense unless you've kind of been through it, or I don't know, but I was embarrassed to tell people I was pregnant again. I was going to think that people were going to be like, oh my gosh, this lady's crazy. What is she thinking, having another kid, blah, 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 blah. I was embarrassed to have to tell people that I was pregnant again. And now I think about it, I'm like, how stupid, like who cares, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was embarrassed, so I didn't want to tell anyone, and anyways, I finally got over that, and I said, people are looking at my belly, they can tell I'm pregnant, so I have to just may as well tell them. So I told my family, and they were all so supportive. They all told me, you know what, it's going to be hard, but in the long run, get over those rough hurdles in the first few years, and then you will be so thankful. Your kids are going to be best friends, and you know, everything's going to work out great. So that's what really kind of sort of making me think, you know what, yes, it is going to suck in the first few years having kids so close together, but then they're going to be best friends when they're older, and then, you know, that's it. So I knew it was going to get easier, so that's kind of what started helping me, was having so much positive support from everybody, because I expected to get negative from everyone, but everyone gave me so much positive, and that really started to help me like work my way up to being, you know, happier and not being as depressed. So the second thing that I started doing was every morning I would wake up and I would say, today I'm going to try and accomplish one thing. So I forgot to mention, but when I was really depressed, I was sitting on the couch and didn't want to cook, I didn't want to clean. My house was upside down, and you guys know from just watching me, following long enough, how OCD I am and how much of a clean freak I am. Everything has to be clean and organized at all times. So having my house upside down made the depression worse. But I couldn't get myself off the couch to clean it. So my bathroom was a mess. My bedrooms had clothes everywhere. The laundry wasn't done. No food in the fridge. I wouldn't go grocery shopping. Like, everything was just gone crazy. And that kind of made my depression worse. So I started realizing this, and I would wake up in the morning and say, you know what, today I'm going to try and accomplish one thing. Whether it's just putting the clothes away or cleaning the bathroom or, you know, doing something. So every day I try to do one thing. And my house started getting cleaner, and as I started getting, you know, like more into the routine of things, back to cleaning and dishes and stuff like that, and grocery shopping, I started working out. So I finally started getting back into working out. I took a solid 2-3 months off of fitness, but now I'm back, and yeah, I started working out again, and I started having more energy to do things with the boys, started wanting to take them out places again, started wanting to see friends again, and it kind of made a chain reaction. Doing, you know, slowly started to get up and doing one thing every day, started getting me to do 2 things every day, and then 3 things, to back into full force. You know, I'm still not quite where I want to be. I'm still depressed, yes, but I am so much better than I was in the beginning, like so much better. And I'm just getting better every day because I kind of, you know, started out by doing one thing a day. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. Take it slow, and everything will kind of fall into place. So that is basically how I got over it without medication or anything. Like I said, it wasn't as severe as some people. I didn't have intention of killing myself or harming my children, but it was bad to the point where I stopped taking care of myself because I didn't want to live anymore. And I was doing the bare minimum with the boys. I would change their diapers, feed them only when they cried or asked for food. I didn't go above and beyond. I didn't want to give them baths. I didn't want to do anything. So it was actually really bad. But I am doing so much better. I've accepted this pregnancy. I realize I'm pregnant. There's nothing I can do. I have to accept it. And a big part of me is telling me, if this baby is a little girl, I will be so happy, and I will want to have this baby. I will want this pregnancy. But it's still hard to truly believe, you know what I mean? And I am terrified for labor again. I go natural. That's what I like to do. As painful as it is, I don't want to get an epidural or morphine. I had morphine once, and it was the most miserable experience of my life. And I've heard bad side effects to epidurals. So I go natural because that's all I can do, really. And it terrifies me having to go through that kind of pain again. My labors are pretty bad because of my boys are, at least the last two, are backwards and so big. So it's been really rough. So I'm just terrified to go through that, but I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time. And just, really just trying to take one day at a time and just kind of like comprehend, wrap my head around the fact that I am pregnant and my belly is growing and I can't sleep anymore, and that I'm not going to be able to do certain things, but that's okay. So anyways, I guess what I'm just trying to say is I'm slowly getting over the depression, and things are slowly starting to get better, thank God. With the help of everyone. My family has been so supportive. They've been taking the boys a lot for me so I can sleep or just go out and do something for myself. So that's been awesome. And yeah, so that's kind of wraps up this pregnancy update. I will show you guys the bump. It's hard to see. I'm wearing a kind of a flowy dress, but yeah, I will show you and do my best anyways. So this is the belly for 14 weeks. I will try to make the dress a little bit fitted so you can see. So it's not too big. This is from the front, so the dress is pretty fitted, but that's from the other side. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you in my next one.